No, go ahead. Me, I'm already.
Good morning, members. I hope you can hear us. We are starting shortly, so just allowing others to join and we will start shortly. Thank you to all those who have joined. I can see the numbers are increasing by the minute, so keep joining. And let's stay on, starting soon. Thank you. Good morning, members. Thank you very much for joining. We are starting shortly. I would want to request us to use the chat function for introductions. So just indicate your name and branch, but the Q&A function should only be reserved for questions. Kindly use the chat function to introduce yourself, but leave the Q&A function for questions, which our technical team will use to respond to those questions. Thank you. I can see we're already over 124 members online. So let's give others a few more minutes and then we will start. Otherwise, the team at headquarters is ready and we're just giving others a few more minutes to start. Thank you. Thank you very much for your responses. We have noted the issue with the chat function. We are soon enabling it, so stay tuned. Thank you. And as indicated, let's leave the Q&A function strictly for the substantive questions on the various SACCO issues. Thank you. But for now, if there's an urgent issue, we can allow you to use the Q&A, but going forward, we should use the chat function for introductions and then leave Q&A for the substantive questions on various SACCO products and issues. Thank you. Good morning, members. Welcome on board. We are on, just waiting for a few more to join. We had over 2,000 people registering, but so far we have just about 250 who have joined. So we just want to give others a few more minutes to join, and we will start shortly. Kindly bear with us. We are on, just giving a few more minutes to other members to join, starting in the next few minutes, not later than 20 past. Thank you.
Good morning. I can see we are 240.
Hello. Allow us to start at 11:15 promptly in the next 3 minutes. Kindly get ready. We are starting at 11:15 promptly. Thank you. Yeah, good morning again. As indicated, the chat function will be enabled soon. Use it for introductions, strictly for introductions. If you have any questions, please post them on the Q&A function. We will not answer any questions that are posted on the chat function. And kindly, let's reserve the Q&A for questions and answer, and not for other issues. Kindly. Thank you. Thank you very much, members. Good morning. Thanks a lot for joining. My name is Helen Oriaro. I'm the secretary to the Marketing and Education Committee, and I am in charge of starting the meeting today. So without much further ado, I would want to ask one of us to lead us in opening prayers. So Madam Sarah, Head of Marketing and Customer Service, kindly lead us in the opening prayers.
Let us believe and pray. Heavenly Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we come before your presence this morning. Father, we thank you that you have enabled us to come together as the family of Hazina Sacco, that we may learn what pertains to us as members. We pray, Father, that will guide us throughout this session. And Father, we pray that will help us, that whatever information will disseminate to our members, that it will be helpful to them, and that it will help them to grow in their membership and to grow the society as a whole. In Jesus' name we pray and we believe.
Amen. Amen. So thank you very much for joining us today. We don't take it for granted. We really thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us in this meeting today. We also want to apologize for the very short notice that was beyond our control. And again, we would have really wished to have a physical education forum with each and every one of you in your various branches. But we all know that we've been undergoing several challenges, particularly related to COVID. And in the last few months, we have seen the COVID cases rise. So in the interest of your health, we thought that a virtual education forum would be better than not doing it at all. We all know that half a loaf is better than none. So again, thank you very much for joining us this morning, and we really appreciate. At this point, I want to introduce the board members who are with us today. I want to start with those who are joining us online, starting with our chairman, Mr. Evans Kibagendi. So chairman, wherever you are, could you kindly greet the members? Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. Good morning, members, and welcome. I'm Evans Kibagendi. Thank you. Helen, proceed. Unmute.
Thank you, Chair, for that introduction. Madam Scholastica Odhiambo, our Chair of the Credit Committee, could you kindly introduce yourself?
Good morning, Honorable Delegates. My name is Scholastica Odhiambo. I'm calling you from UK. Thank you.
Helen, proceed. Unmute.
Thank you very much, Madam Scholastica. Vivian Nyarunda, our Home Secretary, could you kindly introduce yourself?
Thank you, Director Helen. Good morning, Hazina members. My name is Vivian Nyarunda, a delegate from Kenya National Bureau of Statistics and your Honorary Secretary. Karibuni sana.
Thank you very much, Vivian. And right here, we have two directors with us. Alvin, could you kindly introduce yourself?
Hazina members, my name is Sasha Alvin. I'm a member of the board and specifically serving on the Education Committee. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, Alvin. I will also introduce myself. My name is Helen Oriaro. Some of you know me as Nora. I currently serve as secretary to the Education Committee, and I also serve as chair of Audit and Risk Committee. And I am your host this morning together with the CEO. We are sorry that the chairman is taking the call from a different location. And we have some other board members who are also away from the building, and some are out of the country, but they will be able to join us later. When they do, we will introduce them at that point. So at this point, I want to welcome our national chairman to give his remarks and the presentation. Welcome, National Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Nora. Thank you very much. Let me take this very important moment to start with greeting our members all over the country who have found time to join this meeting. As you are aware, and as I've introduced myself, I'm Evans Kibagendi. I'm your national chair. And I want to, first of all, thank you, members, for taking your very, very busy time to join this meeting. And I welcome you to this because we value our members. Asina Sacco cannot be Asina Sacco without having members who patronize their Sacco. And therefore, as a board, we decided that we should have a meeting with our members before we go to our annual delegate meeting. The reason being is that we need to get your feedback. We need to get your views so that as you send your delegates to come and have that annual general meeting to discuss about policies, to discuss about learning policies, to discuss about all matters, it's important that we also engage you as our member, the owner of this circle, to share with you prior to the annual delegate meeting. So this meeting was called specifically to engage with our members, to get feedback with our members. And I want to welcome you to this meeting. And I want to update you briefly that during our ADM, we discussed so much issues on the service delivery of our products. How are we serving our members? How are members feeling about the products that we have rolled? How are they really gaining from this business of their circles? Do we need to change? What do we do so that we can make their expectation better than what we are doing? So members, we value you and we work with you. Actually, without working with you, we may not be able to do good things. So let me tell you that your circle is doing very well. We thank you for patronizing the product of our circles. We thank you because you have given all your support in terms of loan desires. And we have seen from time to time, from one year to another, the circle is growing immensely. The circle cannot grow without your participation, without you patronizing this very important circle. And therefore, I want to tell you that out of it, that the circle in the movement now, Asina is in a very, very, very good position in terms of service delivery, in terms of management, in terms of loans issuance, and many other. We have excelled fellow members in the movement. And I can be proud to say that where we sit, we are seen by the regulator, SASRA, and other government institutions as a circle to refer. We do receive a number of delegates. We do receive a number of members from all over the country, the world, to come and witness and also confirm what we are doing. It's because of your participation. It's because of your support that we are in that position. So wherever you are, in all corners of this country, all branches, just know that your circle is indeed in good position. Our management, I want to assure you, the team that has been nominated or given the responsibility by the delegates to lead this circle, they are people of integrity, and we have a very strong workforce, which has really been given as value, and we are making good business out of the business that we are doing. So as we proceed, I want to give you a few few statistics about the performance of our SACCO. Asina SACCO currently, as I told you, we have moved from the 8 billion asset base. We are now at 13. By October, we were at 12.75. And I'm assuring you that as we close the year, you see our annual report will be at 13 billion. And this brings us to a number 10, probably, of all the SACCOs. So your SACCO is moving from the number 20 that has been there, number 15, number 17, and we are now anchoring to number 10 as the biggest SACCO in asset base. You can see the amount of money members you have been able to get. The loan book, as by October 30th, we are at 8.76 billion. This is the amount of money you have borrowed. You have left other financial institutions, you have gone out and you have patronized your member. This particular loan book enable Asina SACCO to pay one of the highest dividend in this country. Enables Asina to be very, very, very much efficient in terms of loan issuance. Within 2 days, the third day, you have your loan that you process. This has really made us to be liquid. This has made us to save, and we are making good return. Asina has, as I've told you, we are taking care of your funds, members. We have looked at your funds and we know these are members' funds. And this board and staff members have gone ahead to ensure that anything that we get must be kept safe. We have partnered with other financial institutions like CoBank. We have the government now. We have also opened our wings. We are now investing with our government under the Treasury bills. We are investing with our government under infrastructure bonds. This has really shown a lot of income for the last 1 year. And I believe this income will translate into also ensuring that we steadily and consistently give our members good dividends. So we have invested liquid money after giving you all your expectation, members, after giving all the loans that you need, because you are our first priority. Number one priority is to give you loans you develop. But any money that is held with the SACCO that is not kept in banks, it is invested to generate a lot of money. Last year, we generated 46 million out of these investments. So 2.5 billion is invested in these vehicles, investment vehicle, CoBank, ABC Bank, we have Treasury bills, we have the infrastructure bonds, we also have Cusco. So this 2.5 billion is geared to give us this year and partially the first quarter of next year, a total of about 100 million, because we have opened our wing in terms of high yielding investment being the infrastructure bonds. Loans disbursement, we have disbursed 4.5 billion. This is what we've given. Membership withdrawal, okay, we've been having members who are going, not because Asina is bad, those who are retiring, who are going back to their country, but we have told members, please don't retire. The best time to manage your SACCO business by getting soft loans and returning, it is when you retire. So we are encouraging them to come back and continue, because in Asina, you don't retire. When you retire, you get more energy to start working and doing your things by using Asina. So, and that is, you can see that we had 508 members, and these members who withdrew took 168 million. And in Asina, we don't delay you. When you want to come in, you will get your money because of the situation that maybe like you are retiring, you have a different option. We are there for you. But we are encouraging members that kindly just engage Asina. Once you engage Asina, you will get a model of getting fund. You can even take a half of that money, then go do your business, and then come and start enjoying the services of the SACCO. Another thing that I want to tell is new members. We've been able, we thank God, to recruit 3,447 by October for this year. members coming in for voluntary because the service delivery, members leaving the other SACCO coming to Asina. We are also doing a lot of marketing. Imagine if all of you, if our members were to patronize recruitment as a sense of the part of their membership, so that you can bring your child who is in the house. We have generally account, which you can invest as little as 100, and you create that sense of saving to your children. If you can bring your spouses to Asina, if you talk about Asina everywhere you go, in wedding, in meetings, in your office, when you are in somewhere, we can be able to recruit as many members as we can. And today I wanted, as your national chair, to petition and appeal to you that talk Asina always wherever you are, and please let be an agent of recruitment, because you are not going to engage members for a bad SACCO, but you are going to give them value. So I want to tell you again that the members, our total members, I've told you. And then another thing I want to tell you is about patronizing our products. I'm just engaging and requesting you members that kindly, at all time, do not rush to other institutions. Our loans are on 1% on reducing balance, which translates to at least 8% if you calculate by the end of the service of that loan. So why should you go to the other institution? And yet we are the lowest. Just when you have an issue, come to Asina, talk to them, give them your issue, and at the end of the day, they will see how to accommodate your issue, because this is your SACCO. So I want to welcome you and appreciate you, members, for boosting this SACCO to be where it is. You go to SASRA, you go to the Commission of Cooperative, we have been rated highly because of your participation. So I want to thank you once more and tell you that we value you. It's because of you that we've been where we are. I want also to take this opportunity to sincerely thank our delegates, our branch officials, our chairperson in all branches, and for working tirelessly hard to ensure that our members are given information, our members are served. Even from the last corner of this country, we do see members being helped by delegates. I want to appreciate you, fellow delegates, chairpersons, officials of the branch, for the tremendous work you are doing to this SACCO. Your work has made this SACCO to be where it is. And I want to assure members that these guys are working. They are there to work. They are work under a very difficult situation, but they have been able to serve you and serve the SACCOs. And they continue working with them so that we can move and move and move. So from my chairman, I think that's what I want to say, because I know I have other directors who wants to give more information about the SACCO. And I just want to tell you that we have settled offices. That is, you can see we have Mombasa, which is now a fully breached settled office. You can get any service, anything you want when you are in Mombasa. Please don't just call Asina, walk to Nkrumah Road and be served there. We have next to DHL and also next to all the banks that are in that Nkrumah Road. Please, when you are in Mombasa, don't go back to your branches before you engage those other awards. This year, members, Asina was awarded, and among the awards that we received during the Ushirika was the position 2 in the category of the most efficient deposit-taking SACCO, employer-based Tier 1. So in the entire SACCO movement, we were number 2 on the service delivery. Election delegates, you can see there, I don't want to. The general elections of delegates is held once after 3 years. This was held in 2021. And elections were not held in 2021. That one has been communicated. And we have been doing our election in an open manner. And we urge all members in your branches, when you have been called, kindly go and participate. Because when you serve as a delegate, you serve your SACCO. And therefore, we are very open and get to know what is happening. On corporate social responsibility, because God has been with us. And Asina SACCO board and management and delegates meeting, we have agreed that as much as we are making good return, why can't we give it back to the society? And we have a policy on social corporate responsibility, whereby the circle that recruits high will be able to give them value by going to their branch and donating something. And like this year, we had Turkana, which recruited immensely. Last month, the board of this month, staff and board were in Turkana to donate to donate to a school, a deaf school, which is called St. Benedict, and it was really a wonderful engagement. And we are also going to Kajiado to complete the 2 CSR activities. This will enhance visibility, publicity, and also goodwill from all over the country, and particularly from the branch that we do. So please help your delegates to recruit more so that we come and do something in your county. Thank you. I think with those ones, let me now welcome you to this meeting. Please take it. I know when we were coming up with, we knew we were spending, but kindly know that we really needed your feedback. We really needed your feedback to be part of our engagement during February ADM. That is the annual delegate meeting. God bless you, and be free to engage the circle to get assistance, and may God bless you, and thank you very much for patronizing Asina, and we are there and assuring you that we will make sure that we are people of integrity. Asanteni, back to Nola, and God bless you. Nora, unmute.
Thank you very much, our chairman. Can you hear me? Thank you very much, our chairman. I know that many of our members have never seen you face to face. Are you in a position where you can just at least show us your face so that our members can know you?
Yes,
are you able to turn your video on?
If Mina will enable me, I'm ready to be seen and also to say something. Mina, from my end, it's not, it's complete. Maybe I will show myself maybe in a few minutes because Mina has to enable. Mina has to enable, please. You can't start your video because the host has stopped it. So it's Mina. We can proceed. I will eventually.
And introduce new board members and other staff that I didn't introduce at the beginning before you go to the next presentation. So I would want to introduce Director Thomas Aluboho. Could you kindly introduce yourself to the members?
My name is Thomas Aluboho, a board member. I chair FOSA committee and a member of the credit committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Thomas. I would want to introduce Director Liki Okello. Liki, kindly, and if you can turn on your video. Okay, I understand you can't turn on, but kindly introduce yourself.
Unmute, Ed.
Good morning, Mayor Philip Liki Okello. I am a member. Great to have you all here.
Thank you. I would also want to introduce our senior staff who are online. Sarah Haremwa is the head of marketing. Sarah, kindly.
Good morning, members. It's a pleasure to have you all online. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Noah Tale is the head of our credit or loans department, and I know many of us have many questions around loans. Tale, could you kindly introduce yourself?
Good morning, directors and members. My name is Noah Tale, the head of credit.
And last but not least, our CEO, could you kindly introduce yourself?
Thank you, Director Nora. Good morning, all Hazina Sacco members and delegates. My name is Dickson Okungu, the Chief Executive Officer of the Sacco. Welcome to this program.
Thank you very much, our CEO. We want to continue, and as indicated before, use the chat function to introduce yourself and reserve the Q&A function for asking substantive questions. Kindly, we might not be able to go to the chat function to pick questions. So post them in the right place and introduce yourself through the chat function. And with that, I want to introduce the chairperson of our credit committee to take us through the credit policy, which is very, very important for our core function of loaning in this circle. Director Scholastica, kindly.
Thank you, Director Nora. Members, welcome to Credit Committee Policy. My name is Scholastica Odhiambo, the Chair Credit Committee and a member of the Audit Committee. You are former Home Secretary for a longer period. Loans performance. The Sacco has witnessed a positive trend in the current year in loan uptake compared to the previous years. Cumulatively, we have disbursed 4.35 billion as at 30th September 2022. This has led to the growth of the loan book from 8.3 billion to 8.7 billion. Members, this has really tremendously grown, and I thank you for it. We encourage members to continue patronizing our loans and paying promptly to sustain good rebates for future. Loans performance trends. Looking at January through July to August, you can see on the screen, to September, we have done so well. By October, we did so well that we saw the growth of payout 581, 343, 816. And this is great compared to other years. Just a minute. We felt that it was important for us to repackage our loan products, given the environment that we are operating from. We look at what the bank is offering and other financial institutions, and we felt that it is high time we repackage our products, some of our products, not all. And the number of members going to banks and other financial institutions for the loans has been on the great increase. Most members end up being constrained because of the high interest and punitive charges levied by the banks. The Sacco is a solution. The Sacco has repackaged the following products to enable such members qualify for loans. James, move. James, can you hear me? James?
Director, we can hear you well. Kindly proceed.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, it's not moving. My screen is not moving. That's why I'm calling James. James. Okay, there we are. We repackaged the loan products type OCOA. OCOA, the period was 12, that is 1 year, we pushed it to 18 months. And that gives a very relaxable or relaxed payment period at the rate of 1.12%, from 300 to 500,000. The second repackaged loan product, special loan, that was 24 months now to 30, and this is going for 1.15%. From 600 to 700. The chairmans and groups and corporate loans moved from 36 to 48 at 1%, to 40 million. Members, 40 million. So if you join the groups and have your chamas or your groups, that is how you would benefit. And number 4, super loan, 84 to 96 months. That is a very long period at the rate of 1.15%, giving you a benefit to capture for 30 million. And the sky is the limit, members. Loans to private members. Private members, you are not left out. You are required to have a fully filled loan application form, duly signed and witnessed. Guarantor's consent is required for you to get loan. 6 months period, 6 months certified bank statement, bank standing order that is irrevocable. Because if you give us a standing order and then you revoke it, then it means your integrity is questionable. So again, we are very keen on the same. Good loan repayment history, and members with default history will not be considered for loans because already you are in black book. Members, try your best not to be in that category of black book. Now, loan guarantorship by members. Members do guarantee each other, but it is encouraged that you guarantee someone you know very well and understand his or her financial status. This is because at the end of the day, if you don't know somebody very well and you give them your deposit, then it means if they default, you own it up, you repay it, and this will really be a stumbling block for your growth. You cannot get your potential, full potential of the loan that you may want in a certain period because you have now taken responsibility of someone else. So be cautious on the same. So we encourage you to guarantee the people you know very well and their financial status, since you will be attached when the loan is defaulted. Cases of over-guarantorship are discouraged. We discourage this because you will overburden yourself. We urge our members to ensure they have vital information pertaining to loans so that you understand that very well. If you have your members on the ground, you have delegates on the ground, please ask them where possible so that they can help you understand what you need to understand before you take up the loan. Loan repayment. Members are encouraged to repay loans that they are not affected in the payroll from the pay bill 850436 for bank to avoid default and pay penalties. And members, I would encourage, once you've done that, you can also share with Azina. You can scan it and send it to the office so that they can confirm the same, just to be sure that they receive it and you are okay, so that you are not in default list. The payment instructions can be accessed through the following link. You can see the link on the screen. Kindly use the same. Yes. Thank you so much, honorable delegates and chairman delegates around the country for listening to me. And thank you for patronizing by taking loans. And I believe we've not disappointed you, me being the chair of that credit, and my team, we have tried our best, and staff has also done their best. Where we have made mistakes or we have fault, please engage with us. You are free, you have our contacts. Let's help you to be efficient as you help us to be efficient in our operations. Thank you so much, and may God bless you all. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Director Scholastica. For our members, Director Scholastica is also a director of the Cooperative Bank of Kenya. And we are really privileged to have her also share with us experiences from that side. And she's actually taking the call all the way from London. So you can see how committed our directors are. Thank you very much, Chair. I can see there are so many questions related to credit. And for your information, we have a technical team that is looking at those questions, and they will continue to respond as soon as possible. And we'll also have an open Q&A session that will be coordinated by our director, Alvin Sassia. At this point, I want to introduce a director who has just joined, Mr. Osaho. Could you kindly introduce yourself to the members before we continue? And CEO, please get ready for your remarks.
I said I'm George Osaho, a director, a member of the credit committee, and a member of audit committee. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Director Osaho is one of our longest serving directors, and he's an accountant by profession. So he's able to actually really help us with the fiduciary risk assessment and management in his service at the credit committee, as well as audit and risk. So at this point, I would want to welcome our CEO to make his remarks. Welcome, CEO.
Thank you, Director Nora. Once again, to all Hazina Sacco members spread throughout the country, this is my very important moment again to say thank you for finding time to join us. As mentioned earlier by our national chairman, as a SACCO, we are determined to make sure that our services reach all the corners of this country. And we are grateful that all our members, 25,000 plus, spread throughout the country, have been there for us. I'm particularly delighted, members, because without you, we have no Hazina. And so it is my singular opportunity to also thank you very sincerely for joining this webinar. We take it very seriously from the management and the board that it is going to help us interact, answer all the questions that there may be, and that it will be a form of engagement despite the distance that there may exist from wherever you are throughout the country. I wish to indicate to our members that as an organization, we are guided by a strategic plan. And our current strategic plan is coming to an end at the end of this year. That will be 31st of December, the year 2022. The current plan is one that has seen the SACCO grow in all the areas that you as members and other stakeholders would be interested in. And we are thankful, and we wish to point out that the board and management made it their business in the last 5 years of the life of the strategic plan to always attend to the demands of that plan. Dear members, the plan that is about to come to an end pushed us in the manner that the national chairman articulated in his opening remarks. And that could not have been achieved without your participation. So we are very grateful. As we wind up on the current strategic plan, allow me to share with all our members that the SACCO cannot move without clear direction. And it is in this regard that the board, together with management, has already put in place a very elaborate plan to make sure that there is no vacuum. As we'll be ushering in the year 2023, a new strategic plan will equally be launched to drive the agenda of the SACCO for the next 5 years. And we also are careful that as we engage today, your very useful feedback would be part of what we require as a SACCO and as management to pack and see how to fit it in the strategic plan that we are working on. So feel free to give us the feedback, indulge the management and the other directors, all of us, so that together we have a strategic direction that will prosper all of us collectively. James? I wish at this point again, dear members, to share with you one of the milestones in our SACCO. And this is Hazina SACCO FOSA services. Our FOSA marked 10 years of existence in October, which is just one and a half months ago. That is to say, we opened our doors to serve our members with the tools of banking services back in the year 2012. Members who were present then, and even those who have joined us over time, we wish to clarify that our FOSA is nothing but a bank for you. And true as it is statistically, a number of our members we know are currently multi-banked. We are enjoying services from the SACCO, but besides that, we also know that our members belong to other commercial banks. Without a doubt, I wish to request our members to join the team of 8,000 colleagues who have already identified our FOSA for banking services. I trust that out of 25,000 members that we currently have, 8,000 is a significant portion to give us the satisfaction and confidence that we require to trust and consider Hazina SACCO FOSA as a place of choice to all our members. We currently have 250 Jewel accounts and 260 Jipange accounts. And you'll trust me, dear members, that as the national chairman alluded, Jewel accounts are for our young ones. And we know that they are the future of this country and of this SACCO. SACCO is about savings mobilization. And so our appeal as management and leadership of the SACCO is that we give ourselves an opportunity for the young ones that we have in our households to be part of the SACCO by opening for them Jewel accounts. 250, dear members, is not a very impressive outcome. And I trust that with blessings that all of us have seen over time, at least if each and every household considered one member to have an operational jewel account, then most assuredly, we should be talking about 20,000 plus jewel accounts for the future of the SACCO. And by every means, these are resources that are going to support our young ones as they grow along, to support education, medical, and other needs that may come along. Our Jipange account, dear members, is the product that the SACCO is pushing out for those who would want to do alternative savings. We regulate this for purposes of enhancing savings for all our members, savings that may be deemed to support the future, to support holiday decisions, and to also support any other emergencies. I want to take this moment to plead with our members to join the 260 who have already decided and willingly joined our SACCO FOSA through the Jipange account. Members, we normally do SMSs, and SMSs are tagged by a line Hazina DTS. I want to trust that all of us who belong to the SACCO, we have hooked you up using your mobile phones. Should you be getting these alerts, part of the strategy we have deployed is so that those of our members who belong to the FOSA and currently are not having their ATM cards, either by losing or that the existing cards have expired, please feel free to engage with us directly using your mobile phones. Away from that, our research very recently indicated that some of the messages that we are pushing out to the members would go unattended for the mere reason that members at times get too busy to read the SMS alerts. And so we have a few ATM cards lying with us for our members who are either in Nairobi or other parts of the country. We want to request that as the SMSs hit your phones, kindly take time to read. If the messaging is about collection of ATM cards, then we plead that you also respond. James. On your screens, dear members, I wish to confirm that the SACCO FOSA committee came up with this noble idea to help encourage savings by way of piggy banks. And so in our SACCO today, we have the indicated piggy banks for our members who have opened up jewel accounts to engage with the office so that you can collect the piggy banks. For those who already have the existing accounts, we are giving out these piggy banks at no extra charge. And we are also appealing to those who are yet to open the accounts to consider so that you can have these very friendly items to support with the savings back at home. I believe the concept is one that is known to many of us who have the young ones. Dear members, opening up of the jewel accounts does not take much. We only want to clarify that it is meant for children whose ages are below 18 years. The operating balance is 500 shillings. And together with that, we indicate that there is the benefit of accessing 3 bankers' checks for free, and this could go a long way in supporting payment of school fees. The minimum interest that such an account would earn is payable when the balance is at 3,000 shillings. So an amount of 3,000 shillings kept as a balance in the year will earn you an interest to be determined from time to time. Our FOSA team can be reached at fosa@hazinasacco.or.ke. James? James, could we move kindly? The other thing that from the office we would want to share with our members countrywide is about updating of the member details. And this is important largely because as a SACCO, we are a going concern. And so being a going concern, our members, and especially those who joined us a little earlier, we noticed from the records that some of the information may be lacking. So it is my appeal to the members that be visiting your records with the SACCO just to confirm that
Nora, seems we have lost the CEO.
CEO, we have lost you.
We can proceed.
Yes, thank you, Chair. As we sort out the issue with the CEO, I would want to hand over to Alvin, who will hand over to you immediately, Chair. So be on standby, please, Alvin, and then we'll bring the CEO back when he's able to. Thank you.
Good afternoon, member.
Nola, we can't get Alvin.
Chair,
Chair, can you get me?
Yes.
Okay.
Proceed.
Then I will ask Alvin to come to where I am so that he can continue. Alvin, please. Apologies for that.
Good afternoon, members.
Good afternoon. Proceed.
Let me take this chance to moderate the section that will be following, which is the Q&A. And I've seen from that particular section that we have put a number of questions which will be put into the panelists for them to answer. So, National Chairman, I will start with you. Kindly pick a few of those questions and proceed with answering. Thank you.
Thank you, Alvin. And first, let me thank our members for being proactive in this, pushing so many questions that are very, very nice and very, very, very relevant. So let me quickly pick some of the questions and share, because the most important moment here is that we are here to learn and to discuss. Guarantors, there's an attendee whom I could not pick his name, and also equally Sylvester Murundi, who asked the same question that guarantors to members, why do members who are retiring, the issue of guaranteeing members who are retiring sometimes do give the guarantors a problem when they leave the service, they may not be able to pay their loans. What is the SACCO doing? Number one, if any member presents a form which is over and above the period of his service or a service in the workplace, always ASINA will send it back and ask the member to get consent. There is a form that is called consent from guarantors. Guarantors might desire that, yes, this is a member, we know we are living with the member, so we are ready to grant. So you will have to, the guarantors will sign a consent letter. Otherwise, we restrict those members to take their own within their working period. So that one is very clear. And we are very strict in ASINA. It cannot pass if you are getting a loan that goes beyond your period. So that is very clear. If you have such a cases, please engage the office. They will be able to advise. But we don't really give without looking at the year. Open office at the North Lift, that is Abraham. Yes, ASINA is ambitiously but very cautious because we are looking at the fund of the SACCO. We are very, 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 we have to look at critically. When we open an office, it's not about branding, it's about expenses. Wherever we open the branches, we must do feasibility study and they confirm that that office will give returns to the expected investment that we are going to make. But also for service delivery. I like one of the members who had also to raise the issue, I will mention his name, that why can't we open regions like North Lift, Nyanza, Western, 1-1. Actually, that is the dream that we have. If you've seen, we have opened in Mombasa, we have opened in Vihiga, we have opened in Siaya. And the model we use is that looking at the clientele members that are across those places so that they can be able to get those services. So we'll continue assessing the situation, looking at viabilities, looking at the feasibility of business opportunity, then we'll be moving from one region to another so that we can be able to satisfy our customers. Our ultimate goal is to ensure that services are closer to our members and you are able to receive services of the best services in the financial sector. So we'll continue assessing and growing steadily, but making sure that we are conscious, we don't expose the SACCO because of having offices. And that's why our models are satellite offices, not big offices to consume your dividend. Moses Muzuri, what do you do when wanting the SACCO to buy your banking loan? Yes, we are encouraging those who have been caught by other financial institutions, maybe banks or any other institution, and you are there and struggling because you are being charged 14, 16% and what have you. We encourage members to come back home and ask the CEO, ask the officers that you have this amount of loan with this bank and you like the ASINA to buy loan. We do it without waste of time. What we do, we'll get the loan, assess your capability, and we do a check directly to that SACCO, to that financial institution, and then we now give you a soft loan of 1% on the reducing balance, so that we reduce reduce your stress in terms of the much interest you are paying. So that is possible. Kindly immediately engage the office, give them your problem, and tell your members that we are ready to take your loans and we are ready to support you so that you have peace of mind. Evelyn Atieno, flash loan interest is expensive than other mobile banking. I want to tell you that our interests are open, but the other institution do not declare the other charges that are being charged behind the processes. And at the same time, this mobile is a joint venture with the tax man and with the infrastructure like Safaricom and whoever. So those small fee that we are put, it is shared with the other partners. However, This is an issue now we are picking, and I'm also asking the CEO and the team to pick and assess if these are some of the issues that we are going to discuss under resolution. If there's a way we can reduce, but if we find our figures from the professional cannot work, still allow us to proceed. But this is very, very good. And now you are making our resolution easier, Madam Evelyn. Tracy, difference between share capital and deposit. Share capital is the institutional share that you cannot, every member right now in Asina has 16,000 as share capital. So, and that's why we always see that we do give high interest, dividend on share capital. Everybody has 16, and therefore you find that the deposit, this is the money you contribute. This is your money you contribute. When you leave the circle, you can only transfer this share capital to another member, or you can introduce your son or your other people who come and then transfer, or sell to a member, whoever wishes to sell. But you cannot get that money back immediately. But you can transfer to another person, and you can ask the CEO, if you have left the circle, that this 16,000 of share capital, I want to leave the circle. So if you get somebody interested, you can do what? You can ask the member to do what? To get the refund through members who are interested. Then there's Hilary Rotich. Can the circle devolve services to all 47 counties? We are looking at the expenses, my brother. If Asina's fund must be kept, and we must reserve every coin. Any investment, any venture we do, we must do by understanding that this is not our money as a board or the staff. This is people's money, members' money. So any development that we have to do we must have a reflection of income that is going to give value to that member. So we are going with a lot of consciousness, and then the expenses is so much to go to every county. But let me tell you, our model is like we are in every county. Some of the counties have got more than 2, 3, like now in Nyanza, we have Bondo, we have Siaya, we have Kisumu. So when you look at that, we have Homa Bay, we have Migori. So we have very strong branch network that can reach and give services to members within really time. So opening the offices will be expensive, because those members, and I thank them, the officers in those branches, they have worked tirelessly hard. So wherever you want any service, please see them. But we are growing, opening gradually. And then another person is Samuel Wambusi. Samuel, you said, how to redeem my status, because when you are, if you are a defaulter and you are listed and you are paid, how do you reclaim back redeem your membership without being looked as a default? Of course, we are members, and apart from us being members, we are a family. So when you have a problem and you are defaulted and you are paid and the guarantors have been paid their money back, indeed, we have nothing to stop you from being a member. We'll bring you back and we'll support you to grow with us. So if you have a case like that, you can call the office and confirm that you are paid all the monies. And if those monies are in Asina, they'll be given back to the defaulters, and you'll be taken back without any condition. George Rachwai, a branch office in Western Nyanza, I've said, Rachwai, that is a good idea, and that is our ideal, our model, to look at region, so that people who are in Turkana, if we have a branch in maybe in Kitare, and the people around Kitare, they will be using, and if you go to Kisumu, all the Kisumu people, Western, those are near there, they can do it. So we are gradually going there. Now, Naroba, there's somebody called, can you buy a loan bank? Yes, I've already said, if you have a loan with a bank, like today, just write an email to Asina, tell them your situation. They will return you from 15% interest to 9%, because 1% of reducing is between 9 and 8. And another one saying, why one cannot give PSV vehicle, motor vehicles as security for loan? Let me tell you, honorable members, we are here to take care of your fund. We have statistics that the defaulters are people who are exposed. When you look at even in the model banking sector, they look at the security as something that you can repossess. If you take a matatu as a security, and this matatu you can understand their ways of business. At times you find that matatus you cannot project even 1 year ahead. You can have a matatu for 6 months, it has been involved in an accident, it has been taken by police. So we don't take risk and expose the members' fund. So we have categories of vehicles that we don't take security, that is PSV. And the PSV, you know, the exposure of risk is high. And therefore, we don't really give it. And that is a policy. But if you have more information, you can push it so that we can see the model. But so far, the policy does not allow PSV, taxi, and others to do what? As a security. Can private members pay through M-Pesa instead of standing order? We are looking at the exposure to defaulting, because when you pay through standing order, you find that there is discipline. But if you leave me unattended and I pay loan as I wish, that people tend to forget, people tend to be late, and that is where you get guarantors are being punished. So that is a model, it's a policy. But if there is any proposal, I request that you push it so that we consider as we go to the ADM on how we can manage to help our private member to make that movement. And the other one, share the presentation. Yes, we'll share. Thank you for demanding the same. Beatrice Abecha, loan was requested by a member, I think it's from Kisumu, and rejected because of a small loan. Yes, Asina must safeguard the interest of our members who are guarantors. So you cannot be a defaulter even if it is a shilling, then you want to do what? You can, guarantors cannot pay for you and you come for the loan. But if you have a case like that, I saw it was a very long issue, kindly Beatrice, engage, our office is open so that we can assist our member. We are a family and we don't discriminate our members. Emmanuel Afande, consider defaulters after paying the defaulted amount. I've said you are welcome. You can be reunited with the family and you proceed on. And Abaga Abina, capitalization not well understood. What we mean, when you get your dividend, don't use those dividends. If you get your 50,000 as a dividend, please write to Asina through an email. Kindly capitalize my dividend. What does it mean? 50% times 10%, that will give us 55,000. So we'll give you 55,000, it goes direct to your deposit. Your new deposit will increase to 55,000. We are encouraging members to save. Life is so difficult when you go towards retirement. The more you save when you have energy, the more you'll have a pension in Asina that you have created wealthy for yourself. So it is a way of encouraging members. We give you a 10% of your dividend and interest on your deposit. Then you roll it back to your deposit so that it's part of your deposit and you can see it immediately. You write that. So that is capitalization. We are encouraging you for saving and also boosting the SACCO's fund. How does mobile bank loan work? Kindly, that member, call Asina. You can be given an engagement. We do education online. We have officers who are called financial officers and loans advisor. They can advise you. Mobile loan is very easy. You can have it, and most people have really patronized. Wherever you are, outside there, in the village, outside the world, you can be able to get loans using your mobile. So my brother or sister, just talk to Asina. Today you'll be connected. Next week you'll start using this advantage. Delays in checkoff, deduction, all delays. So let me tell you, Asina is very effective. Immediately they get an advice, they push the same advice the following day to the payroll section of your employer. At times, employers are different. There are those who are very serious with the request. There are those who delays, who should be pushed. In Asina, officers have been allocated accounts. They keep on pushing. We had sent this, please deduct. We had sent this, please deduct. Sometimes it's internal. delays in the payroll of respective employer. And but when you see that it has not been deducted, you have a duty. If it's a loan, you have a bail, just send, because if the employer deducts and you have sent, you can seek for a refund so that you don't accumulate interest, and also you don't get these emails that tells you please do. Susan Mukamui, ATM, you applied ATM in September, up to now not gotten. ATM, we have an undertaking, a service level agreement with CoBank that once we apply the ATM, we take it, it is within 2 weeks to be produced. If there is delays, kindly that's the case. So after 2 weeks from the time we receive, we can have 1 week arranging them to be sent. So the third week and the fourth week you must receive. If there is any issue, kindly follow up with the offices. In the last 2 months, CoBank are delayed because they changed those who are receiving current ATM, they changed the security of those cards, so they took some time to issue. But we are sorry, and anytime you get that, kindly we are open for you to call. Telengo Tasul, SACCO considers small claim courts very, very important, and I would like you to drop your contact. That's a brilliant idea, that we consider small courts that have been formed to solve problems that are debts and loans defaulted of less than $1 million, and the guarantors and the SACCO will be witness. That is a brilliant idea, and I thank you, Banaterengo, for such a brilliant idea, which is going to add value. CEO, you can pick the number we share. He must be having a lot of information, so that we are not happy when guarantors are frog marched from one place to another because of people who are not ready to pay. This can also reduce the number of guarantors being attached. So CEO, kindly pick that, my brother, he can drop a message so that we can share to get experience. But that is where we want. Anything that is there to safeguard our members will work day and night. Very, very good point. SACCO to give, that is an attendee, SACCO to give members monthly statement without requests. Yes, we have done it. If you patronize our website, we have what we call a member portal. We have an app, a member portal, where you can be able to access any information you need. You just go in, you click, you can see the loan you have guaranteed, how many people you have guaranteed, the balance of your loan, how your deposit. So kindly just go to our website, and if you have a problem, call our ICT people. They are ready. They take you through. You open an account so that you can go there and get any information you need on really time. So the time Asina used to send statement is gone. We have automated, and we want to be where the other financial institutions are. We want Asina to have the services that Central Bank, KCB, and another bank can be able to serve. So we want to give you value service. So my brother and sister, kindly go to members portal, and you get the service delivery and the information. Alice Kiarie, pensions with persons as a source of, if you are a retiree and you have only pension as a source of income, that is big money. Please, we still have so many members who have opted to give Asina, to surrender Asina as their point of receiving of their pension, and we are giving money effectively. And again, somebody asked that as a retiree, it's different to get a guarantor when you are taking a loan. That's why I'm telling you, don't withdraw because you have retired. Your 500,000 you have saved, you can come and take 300 without getting a guarantor. Go and do your business. Within 2 months, return that money because you have sold the goats and cows, and then we only charge you for 2 months. At the end of the day, you are able to do your business within your money because you can guarantee yourself up to 95% of your deposit without needing a guarantor. Because if you have like 500 and you are, yes, so you can be able to easily. So you can get it by having self-guarantees. And also we have what we call the collateral, which we brought forward. You have a title. Come and just press your title, and the promise how to pay will be given without the guarantors. And as I conclude, from my side, Geoffrey, how do we get T-shirts? T-shirts are very expensive. We make economical decision in Asina so that at the end of the day, we share the little income by the way of dividend. Making T-shirt will be millions of shillings because we are 25,000 members. But to the extent we have some small merchandise, when members attend some specific like Ushirika, we do have small T-shirts just to market. And when we are doing marketing, you have seen our marketers coming to your branches, they carry some small T-shirt just to give the prospective members. That is the much we can go. But if we say every member, you can imagine those who are accountants, those who have associated with T-shirts, one T-shirt is 1,000 and we are 30,000. You will see your dividend will reduce. But we'll try to ensure that at least whenever we appear in the branch, we are able to give some brand. Peter, and lastly, Peter, try to apply for mobile bank loan and successfully. Please call us immediately after this. You will have your loan today because we have staff qualified and ready to serve you. And that is the much, Alvin, I can respond. There are many. I just picked the quick one. And thank you very much, members, for really being proactive to get to know and making this day a very successful day. Back to Alvin. Thank you. Alvin, unmute. Nora?
Thank you, Chair. Alvin is joining shortly from this computer.
Thank you, National Chair.
Nora, we have lost Alvin.
Okay. Thank you, National Chairman, for those remarks and answering the questions. You've done it so well, and I've also realized that we have technical staff who've been answering questions on the Q&A, and both on Q&A and chat. Madam Jane Foro has taken questions on chat, and they're well answered. So at this juncture, I want to request the CEO to complete the small section that he had. Then we will go back to Q&A because I also look at time. We are slightly under half an hour to time. So CEO, you could take that up. And just before I let CEO to take the questions, I think it's also important for us who are joining, when you join on the platform, please rename your ID so that we are able to see you. I see we have someone named an anonymous attendee. There is Redmi and all that. I think for record purposes, it is important when you rename yourself so that we are able to know, to get your names and know exactly the members you are interacting with. So as we do that, CEO, please take up the remaining bit of your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Alvin. I'm about to finish really, and I'm sorry, network disrupted my presentation. I was at the tail end of updating member details, and mine was simply to plead with all our members that as an organization and with the science of today, we intend to send out at certain intervals a survey link where we ask members to give us feedback. We did one some time back, and the response was not very impressive. We intend to do a similar one afresh. And so kindly, when you get the message asking you to log in and present your views, that will be a good way of giving feedback and engaging with your circle. James? My national chairman mentioned something about partial refund of deposits, and that was about the hard economic times forcing a number of members, and especially those who are about to retire or who have retired and are still waiting for their pension funds, that the board is cognizant that times are hard, And with that, the SACCO leadership made a decision that we will support one another. Allow me, members, to clarify that partial refund of deposits is something that we do, and we may want to deal with specific cases as they come along. We are here to support those of our members who are constrained financially within the rules that the board has set up. I want to be clear that partial refund of deposits is not open to all members, except for those who are about to retire and they can demonstrate, or those who have retired for good reasons. And the board was good enough to also indicate that the applicable charge whenever such requests come through would be at a fee of 1% of whatever you are asking to be given partially. James. Finally, to our members and to the panelists, allow me to just indicate 3 other items which is good from the office perspective. We have the issue of non-remittance, for which I want to plead with our members, and especially those of our members who operate from the counties, members who are employed by county governments, that as an organization, we have experienced in the recent times a not so good report where the county governments are not submitting the deductions that they get from our members who are their employees. I want to take this opportunity to request our members from across the country that we have an opportunity as a SACCO to grow, but a part of us will be left behind if your employer deducts your monthly remittances that should come to Hazina and it is not forwarded to the SACCO on time. As an office, we'll do our best to remind the employers to push your money to our side. But the ultimate position is that until we get such funds, if they stay out for 1, 2, or 3 months, then this generally affects the return that you are likely to get in form of dividends, because we will not update your status, we will not update your account with a SACCO. So time and again, my officers will be talking to our members whose deductions are not coming. But mine is to remind all of us that please be keen. Seek to also know from your employer's payroll point that are your deductions getting to your SACCO. This becomes an individual responsibility before it is given to the SACCO. We have some employers who are notorious for not remitting the deductions from our members. And these are member funds. The SACCO will be using the applicable tools within our means, including support from government agencies, to whip those employers to remit the deductions on time. But I take this opportunity to remind each one of us that if you know your employer is one type that may deduct but not remit, then there is an alternative. And that alternative is pushing or advising the employer not to deduct your SACCO dues at source, but instead the entire salary be routed to our FOSA. When that happens, then Hazina will not touch that which is in your salary but does not belong to us. We'll only take the portion that is meant to pay up for your SACCO contributions, that is deposits and the welfare contribution and loans, if any. Then the rest is your money to use. And you can access it from all our platforms that we've made available to our customers. The second last item is about benevolent claims. Members, the SACCO leadership came up with a good model to support all members upon contributing the welfare fund, which currently is at 200 shillings per month. I want to just echo a very strong statement that we have seen claims come for which the SACCO has ordinarily paid and in good time. That is a statement of efficiency and which is very good. But in the same breath, we would be careful to inform our members that in our midst, we have also spotted a few cases of dishonesty. Our appeal is that members who are making claims for loss of either a spouse, a child, a biological parent, let this be very honest claims that would be verifiable. The SACCO bylaws provides for penalizing any fraudulent claim, and our delegates are on notice that claims that come forward should ideally be given a word of confirmation from wherever they are. So if claims get to Hazina head office with a delegate having approved what is considered fraudulent, then I think it will not be a very good experience. We discourage fraudulent claims, and there are penalties according to our bylaws, which is applicable should that be established. Finally, is on communication. We have opened up all our communication lines as a SACCO to all our members. We have the email addresses that are supposed to support the communication. We have telephone lines, 8 of them, and we also have the WhatsApp platforms to support our members reach the office for quick support. Mine is only to plead with members that even as you make calls to the SACCO, may I indicate that it will be the good thing to do that whoever picks your call from Hazina office side, you take a second of your time to ask who is on the other side. Reason, when that is done, then it becomes administratively easy to follow up on any cases or any issues that may arise and that which may call for the attention of either the CEO or even the directors or managers. Time and again, members have complained that they have not served the way they expected. And now when you call back to find out who was dealing with your case, then the straight answer is, I don't know. It was some lady, it was a gentleman. We are all known by our names, and mine is to appeal to our callers across that seek to know who is engaging with you from Hazina side, so that in case of follow-up, it becomes easy. Thank you so much, and I give it back to the moderator. Director Alvin, please.
Thank you, Bwana CEO. You have done well in trying to answer and preempt some of the questions. But just before I let you go, could you please elaborate further on capitalization, because I see it's a recurring issue on the chart. Please, on capitalization.
Thank you, Director Alvin. On capitalization, what we mean as a SACCO is that upon declaration by the ADM of dividends payable on share capital and interest on deposits that we are holding for members, members are then given an opportunity to decide if they want to reinvest the declared dividends or interest back into the SACCO. And at the moment, we are saying whoever makes that decision, then the SACCO is able to give you a proportionate return on the amount that you are putting back. And the maximum is 10%. So what we mean by this is that if your dividends for the 16,000 and you 4,000 shillings, then you can plow it back, and with that, it will earn you a 10%. If your interest on deposits, and for which the SACCO has been giving a return of not less than 10%, if you are earning from deposits on that is 100,000, you have the window to decide that the entire amount of 100,000, you can bring it back to the SACCO as your deposits. If you do that, you earn 10% of the 100,000. We have it in a flexible manner where you can also opt for 50% of the 100,000 that you'll have earned, or even 25%. So we do a proportionate benefit to members who opt to capitalize their deposits. But tied to that, and for purposes of clarity, if you choose to recapitalize your deposits, it will go to your deposits in the SACCO and not share capital. If you choose to recapitalize the dividends, you may decide, you may guide us whether you want it in the share capital or in the deposits that you have in the SACCO. And those are instructions and a window that is open for 3 months upon declaration of dividends and interest on deposits. Thank you.
Thank you,
Should I say, because I think this will also be important, that we are not locking out any members who would want to capitalize their dividends and interest on deposits. The window of 3 months is only for purposes of the additional 10% that we give. Should any member wish to capitalize after the 3 months, then that is a discussion that the office will deal with, but it does not attract any additional benefits. Thank you.
Thank you, Buenacillo, for responding to those particular questions. I think as time is running up, members, the most important thing for us to know at this juncture is that most of this information we are seeking, we can get it from our website through the member portal, which I believe most of you know or at least are aware of it. So you must remember that anytime you log into the member portal, you can access all these reports. That's the loan statement, the savings, the deposits, and all that. Important also to note is that when there are changes within our services, and that's in terms of the loaning process and all other operational issues that happen at the ADM, then the resolutions for that particular year are also posted on the member portal, and you're able to access them from that particular point. So looking at that, so as you register for the member portal, it's also important for us to know that you can reach the SACCO through the various email addresses that are provided to you. We have around 6 email addresses. So there is the loans@hazinasacco.or.ke. There is the ledger@hazinasacco.or.ke. There is the loans recovery@hazinasacco.or.ke. There is marketing@hazinasacco.or.ke. Accounts fossa@hazinasacco.or.ke, fossa@hazinasacco.or.ke, and lastly, info@hazinasacco.or.ke. So we can utilize these particular channels, the email channels, for communication. So you only need to note that the request you have, if it falls under loans, kindly use the loans email. If it is an issue concerning the ledger, use the ledger email. If it is general inquiries, there is the info@Hazina, and so we will get as much information or need when that arises, so you don't have to have all those questions put here to be answered. That being said, there is a member who has requested that the CEO repeats his response on late non-remittance from employers. So CEO, kindly take that.
Thank you. Thank you, Director. On late non-remittance, I want to clarify again that we have witnessed in the recent past that some employers, having deducted at source the SACCO deductions, then they take long to remit that to Hazina. And I pointed out that if that happens, then the ultimate loser becomes the member, because the SACCO will not be able to update your statement in terms of the deposit contributions that you've made. So I was appealing to our members to continuously be checking that if the employer deducts and it appears in your payslip, then you cross-check with the SACCO and with the employer to be sure that your contribution arrived at the SACCO on time. And I mentioned that we have notorious employers who are known for deducting but not remitting. And I pointed out that largely that is got to do with some county governments, not all. So we've been speaking to the delegates that represent the members in some of the county governments. And we've been working with them to push those county governments to release funds that belong to our members to the SACCO. And allow me to clarify that in some instances, we have not been successful. So that then means these members are disadvantaged when it comes to getting the loans and also getting the dividends. And I offered an answer to that, that where the employer is deducting and not remitting, then the best option is with the employee who is our member, telling the employer, please stop deducting my SACCO dues at source, so that when that is done, you route the entire of your salary to Hazina Sacco Fossa. When your SACCO, when your salary then comes to the Fossa, we in the SACCO will have the opportunity to recover what belongs to your loan, to your monthly deposit contribution, and to the welfare. Then the rest is your money to access and take at any time you wish. There are no other charges to this. In other words, you route your salary to Hazina Fossa. That will give you the opportunity to stop the headache of an employer who deducts but does not remit on time. Bwana moderator, I hope I'm now clear on that.
Thank you, Bwana CEO. That is very clear and well taken. So looking at the time, I know we have done very well in terms of the question and answer. And the engagements we've had from our members is really encouraging. The questions have directed us to know areas where we need to improve, areas also where we need to give out more information so that as members, you are well informed about policy and operational issues regarding the SACCO. So at this juncture, I want to thank all of you for having taken time to log in, because we only have 4 minutes to time. So I will take this opportunity to thank you all for having joined us on this day. We wish to have more engagements with you, be it physical, that is in person, or virtually, as we are doing today, so that we continue to engage on various issues regarding our SACCO. So I want to take this opportunity and welcome our national chair to give us just a brief. Then you will invite Madam Honsek for the closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Alvin. I think maybe next time we need to have this engagement from time to time, because I'm excited with what I'm seeing. And lastly, just to wrap up, there are some very, very important questions which we did not respond here. And I will wish to confirm to members that as we push out the other information, the office will work on all the questions and give simple explanation so that all those who are in can get those responses. On recruitment, you'll be getting 400 per person you recruit. Our website is rich, and I want to request you that every time you want to know about Asina, just go in. Your salary is safe in Asina. You'll have peace of mind on whether the employer will remit or not, because that salary of yours has a lot of commitment. Asina is able to do standing order. They are able to pay to all your other involvement or partners. So why do you wait your employer to deduct money and they don't bring the money to Asina and you are stuck? We are requesting that all members push your money to Asina SACCO. We pay salary within earlier than even the government. Those who have been there can tell you. Another thing that I wanted to maybe share, dividend cannot be given in December, neither in January, because the year, those who are accountants we must have an audit to look at the account, and they can only do it after December. So they have you understand that. So the year has to end so that we are able to look at the business, and then we can be able now to have the modalities of dividends. But we have come from very far, from April. We are now in February, and I'm assuring you we might do it even earlier February than late February. And then I think the issue of staff being introduced, which I'm seeing trending, it is something you have also reminded us as a board, and the management and the staff will agree to have a model of Asina by staff being introducing themselves when they are receiving or when they are making a call to our members. That one is not so hard to do. I think I will share as the board and the CEO to see whether we can bring that as a culture, and which should be moved. Improve on mobile fee and many others. Yes, you can sell your shares to any member when you are leaving. That one is administrative. You can call and you can be able to be advised by, and many other questions. From my desk, I want to say thank you very much. And thank you for finding time. You are so many. 400 is a big number. And I believe others are constrained and they really wanted to be here. You are our ambassadors. Please go out and talk to our members. Tell them the information you've gotten so that we can create awareness and also ensure that we do recruitment. Recruit our children, our neighbors, because Asina can continue if only we have numbers of members coming in so that continuity is there. I wish you well, and let me give it back to our Honsek to have a final remarks. And I want to say asanteni sana and God bless you. And I wish you happy New Year that is coming, and also Merry Christmas. Thank you. Back to Honsek.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Chair. Thank you to our moderator, Alvin and Helen. I want to appreciate all the members who logged in today and our delegate for mobilizing our members to log in. It has really been a good meeting. I think the time was even too short for us, but I appreciate the exchange that we have had. I think just as I close, I want to encourage all of us to know that knowledge is power. A lot of our members fail to access the services that we have in the SACCO simply because they do not know. So the delegates are available, reach out to them, learn as much as possible, and take advantage of the cheap financial services that are available within the SACCO. I also want to encourage members that when you take your loan and it is not recovered from your payroll, there are alternative ways of paying the loan. Use the pay bill, deposit in the bank. If you go to the website, you should be able to be guided on what to do. So as I close, I appreciate all of us, the staff, the good job. Thank you very much. So kindly, Chair, if you allow, we can pray. Time is way gone. So allow me to pray. Let's believe and pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this moment. Thank you for the good meeting that we have had, the good engagement that we have had with our members across the country. We want to pray that you guide us as we work together to move this SACCO forward. May your will be done in everything. Bless us as we break into the Christmas season, that we may all have a good time. And our country, we pray that you also bless us, and even our leaders. Have your way in our lives, Father, for it is in Jesus' name I have prayed and believed. Amen.
Thank you and amen. Asanteni, Mungu awabariki.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, members. We have come to a close of our engagement this particular afternoon, and I'm happy to note that we have answered all questions on the Q&A. We have no open questions, so all the questions posed to us have been answered. And so we look forward to continuing to engage with all of you through the channels that I mentioned to you. That's through email, through our digital platforms. We'll be very happy to engage with all of you. At this juncture, I want to wish you, all of you, a nice afternoon, and we may leave at our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Alvin.
Thank you, Alvin.
Thank you, Chair, and all my colleagues.
Oh, thank you, Biambo.
And staff. Thank you. Thank you. It has been a lovely one, and I'm happy to see the interactions has been very, very good.
Thank you.
I'm happy. Yeah. Okay.